Hello, YouTube viewers, and welcome to one of Butler's first mini Zoom games. Tonight, we have 5 lovely contestants who are going to be playing a mini Zoom rendition of this new ABC show called The Hustler. Yes, ABC, I'm sorry, this is a little bit of copyright. We're just a couple of friends having some fun, so please do not sue me. Hello to the 5 viewers. So, for those that have never seen The Hustler before, of these 5 contestants right here, one of them is the Hustler. As a group of individuals, they will be answering 10 trivia questions, each worth $1. I know, mind-blowing. I wonder what the winner's going to spend the money on. Have no idea. But as this group is trying to figure out what the trivia answers are, they should be listening to the Hustler because the Hustler knows all of the answers. However, the Hustler may not be as forthright and be like, I know the answer, here it is, because the Hustler wants to stay undetected from the rest of the group. How will the Hustler do? I don't know, but are you ready to meet your contestants? Because I sure am. So, we have Zach, Geneva, Angela, Daniel, and Jonah. Hello, y'all. Welcome.
Hi.
To the Hustler.
Hello.
I am just going to go around and I'm going to ask you, state your name, maybe where you're from. Yeah, so Zach, who are you? Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm Zach, and I'm in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So it's very cold here.
Yeah, and Zach, are you the Hustler?
Well, guess we'll find out.
Sneaky answer right there. All right, Geneva, what about you? Who are you? Where are you from?
Hi, everybody. My name is Geneva, and I live in Iowa City, Iowa.
And Geneva, do you happen to be the one lying to everybody tonight?
I don't know. Are you the Hustler?
Who knows? We'll find out. Angela, what about you? Who are you? What do you do?
Hello, I'm Angela, and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm a teacher.
Well, Miss Teacher, are you the Hustler?
Well, I hustle a lot of kids every day. Who knows?
Oh, okay. Daniel, what about you? Where are you from?
Hi, my name is Daniel, and I'm from beautiful, sunny Los Angeles, California. And
Amazing.
I am sorry.
Oh, keep going. No, take it away.
Right, and I am a casting associate and producer.
Amazing. And Daniel, with the casting, did I cast you to be the Hustler tonight?
You know what? We went back and forth, and only time's gonna tell. But I'm excited.
I'm excited to have you. Moving over to Jonah. Jonah, who are you? Where are you from? What do you do?
Hi, my name is Jonah. I was made in China, and I live in Los Angeles normally. And I am an actress. And am I allowed to say I'm not the Hustler? I'm suspicious of all y'all that can't say that. So I will say I am not the Hustler.
Well, one of you is possibly lying to the rest of the group, but that will be for a later event. For now, we are going to jump over to some good old-fashioned trivia, the reason you are here. So let me share my screen with y'all. Here it is. Can y'all see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I am going to show the question for about 30 seconds, and then and then going to let all of you discuss as a group. So, here is.
I can't see your screen.
You can't see my screen right now?
Correct.
Can everybody else see the screen?
Mm-hmm.
I can see it.
Angela, do you see where it says first round, round 1?
Now it just came up, so it's just a little slow to load. Now we got you.
No worries. Here is your first fun fact about the Hustler. There it is. Fact number 1. The Hustler played competitive basketball for 10 plus years. Now, I think all of y'all look great. I'm sure all of y'all could have played basketball for 10 plus years. So let's jump in to our first question. Our first question is, which of these basketball players played the most seasons in the NBA? Is it A, Kobe Bryant, B, Michael Jordan, C, Steph Curry, or D, Wilt Chamberlain? Again, which of these basketball players played the most seasons in the NBA? Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, or Wilt Chamberlain? Your minutes start.
I think Wilt Chamberlain is one of the oldest guys that played.
He is.
Longest time.
The fact that Kobe just died, like maybe this is like an homage to like Kobe dying, like he had this record or something.
That's a good point. It might be because I think it could be him or maybe like Michael Jordan, but I don't know.
I think Michael Jordan's a little too obvious. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think
he also took.
I agree.
He also
just
took
remember
all those years
again,
off in
yeah,
the middle.
and just remember, Wilt was one of the oldest players to play, so he played a long time.
And I have heard of his name. I don't know much about basketball at all. Obviously, I'm gay, and gay people just don't know basketball. At least this one. So, but I'm set on Kobe.
Okay.
And maybe Wilt. I've heard that name before, but I don't know. Angela, you seem to know Wilt. So.
I just know I've watched him play a few games. He's played.
About 15 seconds remaining.
He's one of the old guys.
Yeah.
Who do we
So
want to go
I
with?
just don't know.
I would vote for.
Majority. There's 5 of us.
I'd vote for
I
Will.
think
Me too.
So everyone
I
for
don't-
Wilt?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down for Wilt.
I'm
then.
good with that. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Are we locking in on Wilt Chamberlain?
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right. The correct answer for your first $1 is. Let's see if it'll load.
I'm dying inside.
So exciting. Is
Oh, no.
Kobe Bryant.
Oh, wow, you were
Right, Daniel. Right.
Sorry, Daniel.
Sorry,
I mean,
guys.
I just see.
Daniel did bring up Kobe Bryant, so he knew a little bit of basketball. Daniel, does that make you the hustler?
I know about Kobe just because I thought this question would be in here because it's very convenient that that he's passed, and I'm like, we'll probably put a question based on that. So I don't know anything about basketball. I just got really lucky with that. It was my gut feeling. So
Good gut.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I tend
Angela,
to trust me.
Angela, how do you feel? Was that just a strategy to lead people down the wrong path for the first
No,
question?
that was legit. I've seen Wilt play a couple times, and he's an old guy, and he played forever. So
Okay. Well,
sorry.
sadly, Kobe Bryant played a little bit longer than Wilt Chamberlain. But let's move on to our next question and fun fact. So, fun fact about the Hustler. Number 2. Number 2, fun fact, the Hustler was born less than 25 miles from Disney World. Zach, where did you say you're from again?
Not Florida. Like the opposite, basically. I'm in Michigan.
Well, I mean, that could be a lie, but who knows? Let's find out with our next trivia question. Your next trivia question is, which of these parks is not a park in the Walt Disney World Resort? Which of these parks is not a park in Walt Disney World Resort? Is that A, Magic Kingdom, B, Animal Kingdom, C, Universal Studios, or D, Epcot?
Epcot. It's obviously C. I've never been there, but that's obvious.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
just
guess
there.
that makes sense.
Oh,
I
you
was
were.
there, and
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was there last year with 30 kids, and I'm going next week. So
No, C,
Oh.
right? We all feel good about C, or did someone say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
C's
I think C's good. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Universal Studios. It's in LA.
So
There's one
that's
more.
a quick decision. Are we coming to C, Universal Studios?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Let us see if you are correct. Are y'all going to win your first $1?
Oh! It's like the stock market.
You are
Hey,
correct. Universal Studios. So, Zach, were you in agreement that Universal Studios a little bit quieter there?
I've been to Walt Disney World before, and I knew Universal Studios was separate. Everybody seemed in agreement. So
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe one of you was in agreement a little bit more because you knew the answer. So let's move on to our fun fact about the Hustler. Number 3. Fun fact. Once the Hustler was peed on by someone at a club. Once the Hustler was peed on by someone at a club. Jonah, did this experience happen to you?
Maybe. I do attract pee for some reason.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, that is a fun fact indeed. Let's move on to the trivia question. Peeing on a wound is rumored to help ease pain from what? Animal's venom. Is it a poison dart frog, a jellyfish, a blue-winged platypus, or a wasp? Again, peeing on a wound is rumored to help ease pain from what?
All right, guys. We all know
Animal
this.
venom. Is that a poison dart frog, a jellyfish, a blue-winged platypus, or a wasp?
I don't think
Okay,
it's C.
that's a jellyfish, right?
Jellyfish.
that's what I was thinking.
I'm with Daniel.
Yeah, it's
I'm good with that.
obviously a jellyfish. I mean, there's been a movie with Nicole Kidman where she peed on Zac Efron peed on her. One of them, and I forget what it's called, but everyone knows that if you get stung in the ocean, pee a little bit. I mean, that's obvious. So that's not like
Jellyfish.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
let's win some money.
It sounds like we have a consensus in this group right here. Are we going to be going with jellyfish?
Jelly Belly.
Yes.
All right. Let's see if Daniel's movie knowledge helps him out. The correct answer is jellyfish. Congratulations! You have $2.
Yes,
In
we're
your
rich,
box.
guys.
Let's rent.
So, at this point in the game, someone's the Hustler and someone's about to be eliminated. Geneva, any idea who might be eliminated? I mean, you could be eliminated.
I could very well be eliminated. I don't know. I guess it really just depends on what the Hustler's thinking. I'm not sure what their strategy is, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Angela, do you have any guesses on who the Hustler could be?
Oh, there's a couple people being very quiet. I'm not sure, but then I guess it could always be me too, but I don't know.
Oh, so you're possibly admitting to be the Hustler. Oh, that's interesting.
Never know.
Strategy. Oh, well, with this, can everybody please message me rather who you think the Hustler is or who you are eliminating? Please send me your answers now. All right, I see that guess.
Do we just put it in the private chat and it just goes
No. You can send me it on like texting or
okay,
Facebook
sure.
Messenger, or you can send me who you want to eliminate.
Very suspenseful.
All right. So we do have our first elimination. When you are eliminated, I am going to remove you from the screen, but you can keep watching along via the YouTube link. So the person who is not the Hustler and has been eliminated from the game is Zach. Zach, thank you so much for playing, but sadly,
No, I'm the only guy.
I told you guys I wasn't the Hustler.
and you weren't. Have a great day, Zach.
All right,
Hidden
bye. Good
bookcase
luck.
open.
Hi, Zach.
Push him
Bye,
back.
Zach.
Hi, Zach.
All right, ladies.
And we are
Hey.
down to 4. One of you is the hustler. Jonah,
Yes.
tell me about some of your suspicions.
I'm thinking it's Angela.
Really?
I feel like she purposefully, like on the first question, was like, I'm just gonna like steer them wrong, and then I'm gonna nail it all the other questions. So my suspicion is Angela.
Interesting. Angela, what about you? Where are you leaning?
Well, I don't know. Geneva's been very quiet, so I'm kind of leaning towards Geneva. I don't know. She's been quiet, but she's agreed and been so pleasant, and so I don't know. There's just a sweet mischief about her.
Okay, well, we'll see if that sweet mischief decides to pay off. So we are going to move into our next fun fact about the hustler. The hustler, a swan once bit the hustler's toe on a vacation at a lake. Have any of you vacationed at a lake before?
I mean, we all have, right? I have when I was a child in Arizona.
Interesting.
That's all they have in Arizona is lakes.
Yep, from Yuma, Arizona. There's a lake called Martinez Lake. I went there with my family, but yeah, there's no swans there.
Interesting. Well, let's move on to our next question. In a children's book written by E.B. White, a swan tries to learn what instrument to impress a swan named Serena. Again, in a children's book written by E.B. White, a swan tries to learn what musical instrument to impress a swan named Serena. Is it a trumpet, a flute, a saxophone, or a guitar? Your time starts now. Again, a trumpet, a flute, a saxophone, or a guitar.
Have you guys heard of that book, Trumpet of the Swan?
No, you're a teacher, so I'm assuming you have. So you would know a lot.
I'm nervous about
is
this
it a
one.
trumpet?
I'm not confident. I'm not confident. But Trumpet of the Swan, E.B. White.
That makes sense. Like,
I don't know.
For me, I don't think it's a guitar, but
No.
Yeah.
I was thinking
I think
saxophone is kind of like sexy though too, like but I don't know. If it's a book, then I'm gonna trust you on this. I want.
I'm not positive. Flute.
I
mean, if you're,
flute and trumpet.
Flute or trumpet, because you're blowing air, right, in both of
Yeah.
those. So, but
So
there's
E.B. White wrote
Well,
that book that you
I
mentioned.
know there's a book called Trumpet of the Swan, but I'm not sure if it's by E.B. White. So that's where you've
okay.
lost my confidence level. So I'm sorry.
Honestly, you seem more confident than us, and
I don't know.
Let's do it. Trumpet.
so
Remember,
I'm-
I blew it on the first one, so I could be blowing it on the second one.
I think I read the book, and I think it is E.B. White. So I think we should go with trumpet.
So your minute is up. Jonah, are we going with trumpet?
Looks like it. I think that's what we feel best about as a group.
All right. Well, let's see if you are correct. The correct answer is A, trumpet.
Woo!
Yes, the book
Yay!
is titled Trumpet of the Swan. But I'm going to jump into the next category because y'all had some good discussion there. I mean, was it the hustler or was it just a really smart contestant? Who knows? Let's find out. Our next fun fact. Our next fun fact is the hustler got their master's from the same university as the current president got his law degree. Any of you have your master's?
Oh, so okay.
I'm still working on my
Are we
bachelor's.
nothing on it?
I graduate in May.
You graduate in May. Awesome, awesome. With your master's or
My
doc-
bachelor's.
Oh, with your bachelor's. Okay. Anybody else?
Nope.
Maybe. Are you sure?
Oh, okay. Well, we'll find out how well the hustler knows our current president because
He's not our current president.
Our next president is what university did Joe Biden receive his Juris Doctor from? Was it A, Harvard, B, the University of Southern California, C, Duke, or D, Syracuse? Again, what university did Joe Biden receive his Juris Doctor from? A, Harvard, B, University of Southern California, C, Duke, or D, Syracuse?
So he's from the Northeast, right?
As I say, it's not California.
Yeah.
I don't think it's USC.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's not USC.
Maybe.
How do we feel about Duke? How do we feel about Duke?
Where's Duke at?
Duke's like
Is that-
North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't.
Syracuse is New
Do you
York.
think- Do you think
Yeah,
he would be
Syracuse
close
is
to,
New
like,
York.
And what
Okay.
was the other one?
in the Northeast?
Harvard.
Harvard.
Harvard's just too.
Harvard's very stereotypically like the president one.
Exactly.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
that's the question,
like
Jane.
Joe Biden went to Harvard.
Because I know, I think he went. Where did he go? I think he went to like Delaware for undergrad or something. But that's my extent of
I
knowing.
liked
So
going
maybe,
to some of the games.
Alex, Syracuse. No, I mean, does anybody else?
No.
it's
Where's
in
I
New
think
York.
that
Syracuse?
might make sense.
Isn't that in
Where's
New York?
Syracuse?
Syracuse
that's
is
in New
New York.
Yeah. I mean, let's get this money, right? So
Yeah,
I mean,
sounds
$4.
good.
I'll go with it.
Duke. I'm okay with either of those.
Should we do Syracuse then? Or?
Yeah,
Sure.
let's do that.
Let's do Syracuse.
Okay. I guess we
I'm
got
going to need a final answer. Daniel, what are you going with?
I guess we are going with Syracuse.
Okay, so y'all are going with Syracuse. We will see if y'all are correct to bring your pot up to $4. The correct answer is Syracuse. Well done. You're now at $4 for your pot. Now, that was a little bit of some guessing. Geneva, you knew the fun fact, what? That he went to University of Delaware, but you didn't know where he went for grad school.
Yeah, I just remember seeing on the news they would talk a lot about Delaware. Like he would talk a lot about like his home in Delaware, and when he did his like acceptance speech in Delaware. But that's my extent really of knowing. So
Daniel, you it looked like geared that conversation towards Syracuse. Are you the hustler?
Well, it's because like we lost with Kobe Bryant, and I'm like Syracuse sounded really obvious because it's in New York and he's from the Northeast. And when she said Duke was from North Carolina or whatnot, and Harvard, no, it's too obvious, and USC's over here. And I'm like, so Syracuse makes sense because he took the train a lot to DC or to Scranton. I don't know. I just had a feeling it was Syracuse, just like I did with Kobe Bryant. So.
Okay, well, let's move into one more fun fact before we see who is not the hustler.
I love how Geneva like alley-ooped there with like the Delaware fact. That was clutch.
True.
oh yeah, I mean, I guess I watch the news from time to time, so I was like, that's kind of like gotta stay informed,
I was,
Yeah, that's important. Well, fun fact number 6 about the hustler. On a trip to London, the hustler found multiple strands of hair in their pizza. That's disgusting. That's mortifying.
Yeah.
That makes me scared
Yeah.
to eat pizza.
Ouch. I'm sorry.
it is.
Gross.
But speaking of pizza, what percentage of pizza orders request pepperoni on their pizza? Is it A, 12%, B, 36%, C, 63%, or D, 89%? Again, what percentage of pizza orders request pepperoni on their pizza? Is it A, 12%, B, 36%, C, 63%, or D, 89%?
Okay, so 89 seems
Hi.
pretty high. Like,
And
also
I think
that'd be
A
cheese
seems
pizza.
wait, 12 seems too low or whatever.
Yeah.
think about all the vegetarians. There's a lot
Yeah.
out there.
So then there's also the idea of like, it didn't say only pepperoni. So it's like anything that includes pepperoni, which is like supreme, right? And all that. So what's the number right below
69.
63, I
60,
think.
yeah.
it
And
was.
what's one below that? 63 and what?
It was
Um,
like
it was
30
30?
something.
Yeah, that. And then like 12, I believe.
How do we feel about 63?
Mhm.
That sounds still too
I
high.
was-
in the
I was
vegetarian.
going to say 63 as well because it's not too high, but a lot of people, when you think of pizza, they
Oh,
like pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
Just like, you
Yeah,
know.
pepperoni is pretty popular. I guess that's why I'm wondering though, as you mentioned, like vegetarians. Are there? I don't know what the percentage of vegetarians are.
That's
though.
And I
True,
think
like-
cheese would be the highest. So I don't think it's the highest.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think cheese is the highest for sure.
So we think maybe 36%? Is that what you're
Uh,
thinking?
There's
I'd go with
63, you mean?
63.
63.
I don't know.
Geneva,
Yeah.
what are you feeling? 63 or 36 or 30?
It doesn't matter. I mean, like I was just thinking about the, you know,
Yeah, I think
the
63.
potential of
I
vegetarians.
think
So we
63
could go
too,
with
Daniel.
63.
What do you
Okay.
think, Jonah?
63.
63?
63. Let's do 63, and then my second choice was 36. That 30s one.
For the
All right,
record.
so Geneva, what has the group decided?
So the group has decided 63%.
All right, well, let's see if you are right. The correct answer is
Can't see your screen. There we go.
36%.
Oh,
Sadly, did
that's
not
not. Oh, I should have.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh well.
get that question right.
Dang it.
However, was that the work of a hustler right there trying to get some sus off of them? Or did the hustler actually know the answer and try to get you to 36%? Who knows? But I do know something. We are about to head into our next elimination. One of you is about to be eliminated by the hustler. But if everybody could please text me or send me who they would like to eliminate, I will be receiving those now. All right. I have everybody's guesses. Interesting. And I have who the hustler has decided to eliminate. But before we do that, let's get some sus. Daniel, who do you think it is? Who's looking a little sus?
So I was thinking of one person in the beginning, and now I'm kind of thinking about another person. It's a girl.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to give it away.
Okay.
I don't want to give it away yet.
You don't have to. Well, we'll keep it a secret, our little secret, unless
Yeah.
you're the hustler. Jonah, what about yourself? Do you have an idea of who it might be?
Is the person, so this is the last elimination, and the hustler's already locked in their vote,
Yep,
right?
hustler's already locked in.
Daniel.
Oh, okay. So we have Jonah thinking it's Daniel. Angela, any guesses?
I don't know. I'm not as confident as I once was. Let's put it that way. So still
Okay.
thinking about it.
Yeah, and what about you, Geneva?
It's confusing, honestly, because I feel like all three of them has kind of said things that make me think they're the hustler. So I'm still kind of trying to figure it out.
Well, I will now reveal one of you who is not the hustler and has sadly been eliminated, and that person is Angela. Angela, thank you so much for playing. You did an amazing job, and I'm so proud of you.
You're so good.
So, Angela, you are not the hustler, but have a great evening and check out the YouTube link to continue watching.
Okay.
Hi, Angela.
Nice
Bye.
meeting you.
That was my mom.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
Wonderful.
that's
Yeah.
great.
she did great. She
Hi,
wasn't
Butler's
first
mom.
one out, but the hustler was a little intimidated by them. So who knows? I mean, I know it's one of you, and one of you knows it's one of you. But let's get on to the next fun facts as we are in our final three. You have $4 in your pot. Let's get to our next fun facts. Fun fact. Number 7, The Hustler has appeared as a special guest on multiple podcasts. Again, The Hustler has appeared as a special guest on multiple podcasts. RHAP, RHAP, is a well-known Survivor podcast hosted by which former Survivor player? Is it A, Rob Mariano, B, Rupert Boneham, C, Randy Bailey, or D, Rob Cesternino? Again, RHAP is a well-known Survivor podcast hosted by which former Survivor player? A, Rob Mariano, B, Rupert Boneham, C, Randy Bailey, or D, Rob Cesternino?
Okay, so there's 2 Robs on there, so maybe it's one of the Robs. I love Survivor, but I know I've heard that they have a podcast, but I don't know which one it is. Anybody else watch Survivor or listen to podcasts?
I've seen a couple seasons,
like early seasons, but
I don't know the 2 middle people. But maybe that's because I haven't watched, like in the last or like a lot of those.
I think Rupert was the mean one. Like he was the one that everyone hates, right? Is that Rupert? Or
I don't know. I just really started watching like about 4 or 5 years ago. So
okay.
So you think it's one of Rob's?
Well, because one Rob has been on Survivor too many times. I don't think he's had time to do a podcast. But I can't remember.
Did it say anything about? Wait, what was the question?
What was the question?
It's like I think something about who has their own podcast or something.
Oh,
that's a Survivor player.
Is it well-known Survivor podcast hosted by which? Okay, RHAP. Well, who had like the bigger personality for like a podcast? Which Rob? Mariano or so?
Oh, I think Mariano is the one that was the Idols one, and he's with Sandra and everybody, right?
Oh yeah, because he was on that recent season. Was it Island of the Idols, right, or something?
So we want the first Rob?
I mean, I don't know. I don't feel good about any of this, and I really would like. But I don't know who.
Well, so the first Rob is the one that's been on a lot of seasons, right?
Yes, I believe that's him because he's the.
So then, do you think it would be the? So do you think maybe it's the other one, or do you think because maybe he had more free time? I don't know. Or do you think it's
more well known?
This is a well known.
Well, like if it's like a
so maybe
popular podcast.
So maybe it's the first one.
A? We want to go with it.
I don't know. I think Rupert also was very controversial too. And so I'm sure he has a lot to talk about.
I'm going to jump in.
I don't know any of these four
to make a decision.
I don't know. What do Geneva? What do you say?
Marciano, Rob Marciano.
Rob Mariano or Rob Cesternino?
Mariano, sorry, wow, I gave names. Rob Mariano then.
All right, are we going with that? Yes, group?
Sure.
Yeah, that was one of our choices.
I think we should go with that.
All right, so we are going with Rob Mariano. All right, for your $5, Rob Mariano, it is.
I'd be surprised if it is.
No, it is the other Rob Cesternino.
Of course, he put two Robs in there. I knew it. I'm like, there has to be one of the Robs.
It's a trick. It was a trick.
Dang.
It was. Dang, we got some Survivor fans, but y'all don't watch RHAP or listen to it? Wow. Well, I mean.
Can't watch it, can we?
One of you does. One of you listens to it. So we will jump into the next fun fact.
I listen to political ones.
Well, talking about politics and countries, question number 8. The Hustler has fun fact. The Hustler has traveled to 10 different countries. Wow. Jonah, did you travel much? Being an actress?
I mean, a decent amount.
Okay.
A decent amount.
That's fun. Geneva, what about you? You have your bachelor's or getting your bachelor's. Have you traveled the world much?
No, it's really sad because I wanted to do study abroad this past fall, but it got canceled because of COVID. So
bummer. Yeah. Daniel, what about you?
Oh yeah, I travel a lot. I've been to definitely more than 10 different countries. But I thought everyone has. But yeah, I mean, I lived in South America right out of high school. So,
Wow.
but
Well,
yeah, I've been to.
We'll see how good you are at this question then.
Okay.
So which of these countries is landlocked? That means completely surrounded by land by other countries and doesn't touch a major body of water. Is that Slovakia, Croatia, Canada, or Spain? Again, which of these countries is landlocked by other countries and doesn't touch a major body of water?
Okay, so
Right.
Canada touches the east and the west.
And
Right.
Spain is like by water.
Spain is water
A or
because
B.
Barcelona's right there. It touches it, but what's the body of water it touches? I don't know what major means. So I don't know if that's like a thing.
I guess I never
Well,
considered
I guess-
Spain as landlocked. Like I
never-
wouldn't.
Yeah, so I guess that wouldn't be it. So, so the other two were Slovakia and Croatia,
one-
was it?
Yeah, the ones I don't remember.
So is Croatia? Is that the one like by the Greek island? Like it's like kind of near the Greek islands where it's surrounded by water.
I do not know.
That sounds
Right? Isn't
accurate.
that where Croatia is? Like near the Greek islands, and so that whole area there's like a lot of little islands. Or am I really off on my geography?
No,
of
you
where-
might be right. I think my geography, I don't remember. I
I've been
forgot
to Europe,
great geography. So
Wait, Daniel. So you've traveled? Yeah, you've traveled a lot. So
yeah. And I went to Europe last year, but I didn't go to Croatia or whatever the other one was.
Slovakia.
Yeah, whatever.
I feel like Slovakia. That's by right. There's Czechoslovakia. So that was one.
It seems like you know a lot more about those two countries than I do. So
I don't
oh,
know.
well, I guess
know
that's a good point. That's a
because they
good
used
point,
to
'cause
be
they were
together.
countries, right?
So
they
then that's probably not
been-
landlocked. I mean, so that's probably well, landlocked. Okay, well, we don't.
It
know if
would be, I
have
guess,
water.
right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, we know that it borders another country, Slovakia, or Czech.
All right, a minute is up.
you go for it, Jonah.
Let's go with Croatia.
Are we all good with Croatia?
Sure.
I guess.
All right. We will find out. Final answer is Croatia. The correct answer is, I need to share my screen, is actually Slovakia. Croatia is by Greek islands and is touching lots of
So I guess you knew what
water.
you were talking about.
I wasn't
So,
sure the other
She
part
did-
of Slovakia hit.
Didn't know what she was talking. I mean, we knew it wasn't the other two, so it could have been one of those two. But
Sorry,
I don't
guys.
know. She knew more about those countries than I did, so I didn't know where they
Well,
were.
I'm like, I don't know those countries as well. So
one of you definitely did know that and is just putting on a face, but that's what the hustler does. But let's learn. We got two more fun facts to figure out who the hustler is.
I think she's throwing us off.
Number 9.
You all know
the
I'm not.
hustler has performed in Fiddler on the Roof. So we'll see. Jonah is an actress. Have you performed in Fiddler on the Roof before?
I have not. I haven't seen it either, but I hear it's good. I hear it's great.
Daniel, what about you? Casting. I'm sure you did theater maybe in high school. Were you ever in Fiddler on the Roof?
I did drama, and I was never given the opportunity to do big roles because I'm so short. And I can't sing, and I've never seen Fiddler on the Roof, though I've always wanted to. Like if it comes to Pantages ever. But no, I've never seen. I know nothing about the show. Honest to God. So
Okay. Geneva, what about you? Did you do any theater or plays in high school?
So I didn't do any musicals or anything of that sort. But I did do a little bit of like tech for theater. So I would do like stage management and stuff. So that's
Okay.
basically my experience with that.
Well,
Butler,
let's find
question:
out.
Will we have a chance to discuss as a
You will. You'll have 5
Mhm.
minutes, hypothetically, to discuss. So let's jump into the question. Which is not a character in the Fiddler on the Roof? Is it Okay, I don't know how to pronounce these. Tevye. Is it Laser Wolf? Is it Svensson? Or is it Perchik? All right.
Girls, I have no idea. I am sorry. I have never even seen this. Jonah, maybe you know more. I don't know.
I've never seen it.
Well, then, Geneva, you must be the hustler then, because
No, because I don't know. I don't know.
one of you girls know this.
Is there a commonality between three of them that the fourth one lacks? Are three of them one
Let's see.
language? And
Can
fourth
we?
one-
Is there any way we could keep it up? Because I think these names are very confusing.
They are very confusing.
I put them all in the chat. If you look to the right.
Oh,
all the names
Okay,
are
thank
all in
you.
the chat.
Oh, that, okay.
You have a
Okay.
minute.
Well,
Oh, I see.
the two in the middle seem weird to me.
Okay,
Okay.
they all seem weird.
So as in like they're characters or they're not characters?
Maybe
Innocent.
not. I don't know.
Tevier, Perchik. I mean, my guess is as good as Eeny, Miny, Miny, Mo.
Trust me, I want the money because of the principle of winning. Even $14, it sounds fun, but I can't even begin to guess what one of those answers are.
So let's
So-
pick one of the two because Geneva's the only one that like. She's like, okay, maybe the second or third one. Do we want to go with Lazar?
Geneva, why do you want to do the second or third one?
I don't know. They just seem weird to me. I have nothing else really to go on, but I guess it sounds like maybe the first seems like a name that could be in the show, but I'm not really sure. Or maybe or the fourth, but I'm not really sure.
I don't even know where.
I'm just trying to
get.
guess. I'm just trying to narrow down options because I don't really know how else to be.
I don't even know what the show's about. I know it's about a fiddler on the roof. That's it. Oh my God, I don't know, Butler.
Let's do Svensson. If we don't have
Okay,
any opinion.
yeah.
Because
Because the
Okay.
only thing that makes me think of is like kind of like Frozen
Wow.
or something, but not like really or something. But I don't know.
Sven is a character in Frozen, but is Svensson a character in Fiddler on the Roof? Is that what y'all are going with?
I'm cool with
Sure.
whatever you guys
No.
say.
I mean, Jonah, if you want to go for it, then go for it.
Svensson.
All right, we are going with Svensson. Is Svensson a correct answer?
Is
We
it?
are about to find out. Which character is not a Fiddler on the Roof character? Correct answer is Svensson. Congratulations, you got it correct, meaning your total money is $5 out of the 8. That's pretty good so far. But
We're rich.
yeah,
But that.
have I think some more fun
Good.
facts and another question to get to. All right. The last fun fact, I believe, is number 10. The hustler has a phobia of exploding eggs.
What
That's,
is?
that's weird. Any of y'all like terrified of eggs?
No,
I
I love
love
it.
eggs.
No,
love it.
they're great. I love eggs.
But
I didn't know they
when
exploded.
Oh, if you hit them too long in the microwave, they can definitely explode.
Mm,
Yeah, I've heard of that.
interesting. Well,
It's just-
something about this last question is you have $5, but this question is a double or half question. And your last question. So only the hustler knows the answer. You might know the answer. But if you get this answer wrong, your final total is $2.50. Which
Oh, God.
But
No.
you could double it to be
Oh,
$10.
no.
It's pretty amazing. Are we ready to get to this last question?
Let's double it,
I
guys.
guess. Why not?
All right. Our last question is, what is the name of the membrane that separates the yolk from the egg white? Is it the vitelline membrane, the inner shell membrane, the yolkamanic membrane, or the outer shell membrane? Your time starts now. I'll post these in the chats.
Okay, so I don't know any of these, but I would say just like he did with Rob and Rob, there's inner and outer. And I'm like, that could be what he's doing again there.
Potentially, yeah.
Or do you think it could be like an opposite type situation, maybe?
Opposite meaning leading you to which
Like the
one?
opposite, like, you know, like how you're saying, oh, there was a Rob. So maybe like there's something else.
Well, yolkomanic sounds like it's made up. Like it's like yolk. So like I don't think people that made eggs or whatever eggs call it yolk anything.
Right. So we're talking about, like you said, so we're talking about yolk, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. It separates.
So then I guess I'm wondering, like, would a shell have it? I don't know. And have anything to do with the yolk, but I'm not really sure.
I don't know. I don't think it's yolkomanic. I think it's either inner or outer, because I think he's doing the same thing that he did before.
So do we think it's the inner or the outer? Because are you, Geneva, you're leaning towards ecomatic, inner or outer? Is that where you were leaning towards, Geneva?
I was that how they were? Oh, wait. I'm confused on what Butler's writing. He's writing.
He's typing them differently.
I don't even know what
Oh,
it's
wait. Sorry, there's
the but
so Vitaline is supposed to be the ecom. Yeah, can we see the?
yeah, can we see them again?
It's remembering.
I'm just wondering, like, the only thing that I'm wondering about is, like, would a yolk, like, be separated by a shell? I guess that's the only question I have. I don't know.
Well, shell is just like a container, right? Or like an encasing. So it's the thing. So a shell, when I think shell, I think protective. So
Mhm.
like a shell protects, like it protects a turtle. It protects. So it prevents the yolk from flooding into the white area. So
do you think maybe it's like the inner one, maybe, or something?
inner or outer? Yeah. What are you feeling, Daniel?
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what it's not. So we definitely agree it's not yolkomanic and it's not ventiline. I think it's between inner and outer. Name of the membrane that separates the yolk from the egg whites. But it's like depends on how you're looking at it. Are you looking at it that it's protecting it from the inner, or it's protecting it from the outer side?
If it's protecting the yolk.
What did you say, Jeannie?
I'm wondering if it would be inner, maybe just because, like, if it's because the yolk is like not close to the outside, I guess, right?
Yeah, like maybe the
I don't
inner
know.
shell. Because usually, if there's an inner shell, there's an outer shell, right? So that's what
the outer
shell thing. Because there's inner and outer, so don't they both separate the yolk from the egg white? You know.
So I guess that's why I'm wondering if the shell thing is confusing, and maybe it's not one of the shell ones, but I don't know.
Well, Janine says.
I guess if it's a shell, I think it's the inner. But if it's not, then maybe not.
I don't know what you're thinking. I'm thinking it's outer, but if you guys want to,
we could do outer.
We could do outer. I'm good with that.
Cool. We'll do outer.
Or you guys just okay.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure. Like, I wouldn't know this at the top of my head, TBH. So
I'm gonna go with the hustler. Let's go outer.
Are we going with outer? Is that our final decision?
Yes.
I'm not the hustler, but okay. But if we get it right, I'm so happy.
The correct answer is
You're killing me.
Janine, you're doing great. Is actually the vitelline membrane.
Oh.
The outer shell is the outer shell of the egg and the inner shell of the egg, and then it's the vitelline membrane.
Oh,
that
Oh,
gosh,
okay.
that kind of shell.
That makes sense.
So, with that,
Oh god.
it is time for y'all to have 5 minutes to discuss, or 4.
Oh God.
But you are fighting for $2.50. Amazing.
It's the principle, so we need to win.
Yes.
And split
But
it.
one of you is the hustler. Feel free to go over all the hustler has their masters. The hustler lived in Orlando, Florida, has played in Fiddler of the Roof. Y'all have some of the other fun facts as well, but I will let you discuss who you think it.
Correct question. Does anyone think it's actually me? Does anyone actually like think
I'm
that it's
just thinking there's potential just because you mentioned you're an actress, and so the fiddle on the roof kind of makes sense, but
I'd say the same thing as you. I think it is Jonah. Just one. She said she's from China. So
I did, and I said that too. I was not born in Florida. I was made in China, which is something I share very
Which
openly.
I thought, well, yeah. So I mean, but I guess that's what I thought was an interesting, I guess, way of introducing yourself.
One thing that a fact that I saw, and I was like, oh my god, then they for sure know I'm not the hustler. And I think the hustler kept me around because I probably made myself a target by getting a lot of the answers correct, like Kobe Bryant and whatnot. And they're like, oh, so let's keep him around because he's gonna get right answers. And everyone's gonna be he's a target. And they're all gonna think he's the hustler. So I think that's why I'm kept around because I didn't know all the answers, obviously.
Daniel, I feel like if anything, you should be trying to convince me it's Geneva because I think you know it's not me.
I'm trying to figure out who played basketball for 10 or more years. I'm 5 foot 2.5 inches.
I did not.
How tall are you, Geneva?
I'm 5'1".
Oh my god, we're all short. So
did not definitely play basketball.
So in the beginning I thought it was Geneva, then I thought it was Daniel. Daniel, the fact that you're coming so hard after me makes me think you're the hustler, but if you're not, you really need to make a case for Geneva. Because I think Geneva, you know, it's not me. I
don't know. It's confusing because I'm like, I feel like, you know, Jonah, you knew a lot of answers, and then like Daniel knew a lot of answers. Or like answers that we didn't necessarily like get them right, but like you directed in like the right way. Like the whole when we were talking about like, I guess, what was it, the Czechoslovakia, I guess, thing. Like
yeah,
that seemed like
right.
kind of.
So I am actually.
You knew the landlock thing.
You're going to have some more discussion,
okay.
But I need you to start by writing down who you think it is in bold letters on a piece of paper. So if you have a piece of paper, and there will be a little bit more time for discussion before we lock in final answers.
I didn't get a pen.
And audience members, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are doing great. Janine, you definitely knew that answer to the last one. Well done. But contestants, would you please write down who you think the hustler is? All right. Give me a thumbs up when you've written it.
I mean, and we're not going to show it, right? Not yet.
Yep, we are going to show your first guess. So, can you please reveal in 3, 2, 1? All right, we have Daniel, Jonah, and Jonah. I'm going to give you a little bit more time to discuss before you make your final decision.
All right. This is why it's another reason. I am good at games. So let me break this down. I'm actually very good at games. No way would I volunteer that I'm an actress because I do other stuff too. I would not have mentioned I was an actress if all of a sudden there would be a filler on the roof clue. That's why I was kept around. So whichever one of you guys is actually not the hustler, it is not me. I
have a question though. Didn't you say you had masters?
No, I lied about that because I wanted to be kept around. I actually have no masters. Daniel was the one that didn't want to answer that question.
I don't have a master's. I didn't even
have no master's.
I'm getting my
bachelor's from
bachelor's,
US, and then I'm an actress. I have no reason to go get a master's in anything.
So Geneva, where are you getting your bachelor's at?
I'm getting my bachelor's at Grinnell College, which is an hour away from Iowa City. It's a private liberal arts school.
And like, okay. I think Daniel mentioned he purposely mentioned the height thing because he thought he'd be the shortest person. So thus the basketball example. But we're actually shorter. And I played.
Yeah, I didn't know
that is a good point, Jonah.
So
yeah, I'm
it's
super short.
You, Geneva, or it's you, Daniel. But whichever one, it is definitely not me. I would definitely have different.
It's definitely not me.
So Jonah, it's definitely not me. I've always wanted to go to Disney World. I have not had a chance to go to Disney World. I have to settle for Disneyland over here, obviously. I do not have a master's.
I'm gonna have to stop us. I'm gonna have to mute everybody. Mute. Everybody to please write down their final decision, please, on a piece of paper, and then please do not react. No reaction. I'm gonna keep you all on mute. All right. Reveal in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. We have a Jonah, and a Daniel. All right, hands and papers down. I'm going to count us down and then have the real hustler raise their hand. Because if you are right and it's Jonah, Geneva, and Daniel, you split $2.50. But if the hustler is Geneva or Daniel, you take home the $2. So will the real hustler please raise their hand in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Yes, Geneva was the hustler. You can all unmute. All unmute. All right, we'll bring our contestant.
I knew you knew
back.
it, Angela. So
I knew you knew. I knew it was you, Geneva.
Yeah.
So yes, Geneva actually has her master's and is pursuing a doctorate currently. She went to Syracuse, did all the things.
I did go to Grinnell. I graduated in 2017, though. Got my MPA at Syracuse. Currently doing law school. Struggle during a pandemic.
We get it. You're smart.
And
Definitely
she
outsmarted me and Daniel for sure.
True. She tried. She was like outer shell, inner shell. I don't think that's it. She's like, oh, the 2 in the middle. That looks
I was
weird.
so
for
torn.
Svensson
I
and-
was so torn between those two. Oh.
She
That was my
tried.
first guess is Geneva. Oh.
And Geneva, haven't you appeared on our HAP?
Yeah, so I'm actually part of the class of 2020. They have this thing where they kind of did like this search for like new